Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I'm Stephanie Fisher. I'm a licensed counselor here in the state of Michigan, and I am owner and operator of In Progress Counseling. The other week, I was processing with my supervisor about an awareness I'm having around how much confusion shows up when I'm walking with clients and when we are trying to process through things that were really, really hard, really scary, unfortunate, things that were potentially traumatic. And he gave me a really neat framing that I'm sharing here. And we talked about it in a different context, but this particular kind of visual is really, really helpful for understanding confusion and also understanding why we might know things but not be able to yet effectively deal with things. And so he had said, imagine that you are 5 years old. And as a 5-year-old, you've had dinner every night for most of your life. So you know what dinner is. So you have this understanding of what dinner is. And then out of the blue, your mom or dad comes home and says, guess what, champ? You're responsible for dinner tonight. Now, imagine this kid has never had any formal training in the kitchen. He hasn't spent time with mom or dad as they've been putting food together. He hasn't really been paying much attention, but he knows what supper or dinner is. He's being told, hey, you're responsible for dealing with this. It's that gap that has a lot of confusion. And sometimes people can be like, hey, I know what this is. I know what a boundary is. I know how to speak into my frustration. I know what my emotion is. I know what my what the problem is in front of me. I know what the next step is. But knowledge of something and execution can often have a gap in between there. And it's in that gap where a lot of tension shows up, where a lot of frustration shows up, where a lot of disorientation or confusion shows up. Even some of our trauma responses live in those gaps. So I'll be walking with a client and they might shut down. They might disengage from conflict. They might hide. And it's like, I know I can say things. I don't know how to say the things yet. I know I need to stick up for myself. I don't know how to stick up for myself yet. It's the awareness versus the execution where that gap exists. And so often walking with people, it's filling in the gaps of things that they might know they should do, but they're not yet able to execute. And it's like, hey, we're all going to have those spots. We're all going to have areas of our life that are not yet developed or they're underdeveloped. These skills are still emerging. And I love that I get to walk with a lot of people who are, on one hand, really, really frustrated with themselves. I'm so grateful I can speak ease and peace into them and saying, okay, you know the thing. You're not yet at the execution stage, but can I teach a 5-year-old how to create dinner? I can. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of considerations. There's a lot of pieces that I might need to break down, but that is a buildable skill. And because it's a buildable skill, we can do something about this gap that's shown up. It's a great visual, something that's at my level of awareness. I know what it is. I don't yet know how to execute it. The gap is a place of confusion. It's a place of distress, a place of frustration. It's also a place that we can build some skills.